So following his both amazing and deflating return during the Last Time Is Now tournament, Zack Ryder has officially joined SmackDown in 2026 as Matt Cardona. Yes, following Zack's release back in 2020, Matt Cardona has become one of the most exciting players from the indie wrestling world. Competing in damn near every promotion you can think of, he's evolved from the goofy internet dweeb Zack Ryder to the deathmatch king and complete package Matt Cardona. And this could be a big chance for both WWE and Cardona to rewrite his pro wrestling legacy. And so, for my first pitch, I actually have an idea that plays with Cardona's bad past relationship with WWE that could rewrite him as a champion of the people. After all, when he left WWE, indie fans embraced Cardona immediately. So, maybe now that he's back, he can actively try to act on behalf of the fans, but also against WWE's system that held him down during his first run. After all, as he's learned, playing by the rules and getting the fans behind him doesn't lead to results, it leads to his release. So now, Cardona is no longer the nice guy in WWE, saying that he will do literally anything he can to get to the top on behalf of the fans. I could see him starting to do some heel tactics out of this, claiming that he will do everything he can to get to the top because the the Cardona uprising are still demanding for his success. Whether he is a babyface, cheating Eddie Guerrero style as fans continue to support him against more authoritative heels, or whether he is a straight up villain himself, delusional in his own worth for a push, depends entirely on the audience. If he went down the babyface route, however, I think it would be a really fun story to see him win a championship like the IC title before going around to places like AAA, NXT, and TNA as he tries to give back to those indie fans that supported him outside of WWE. Maybe it's during this indie run where he chooses not to cheat. After all, he's not against the companies on the indies, he's against WWE, so he chooses to be more respectful to those fans that helped him grow into this new form of himself. But, you know, maybe it's the goofy old side of Zack Ryder that you want to see back in WWE. Maybe you want to see him play up those comedic aspects of his character and the hilarious banter he could have with someone like his real-life wife, Chelsea Green. Well, don't worry, I have an idea for that too, and it's not just pair them together as a comedy duo. No, while Chelsea is an amazing comedy character, I think that Cardona's role in this duo could actually be more of a straight man. We know that Chelsea loves goofy, wacky wrestling, and so it could be fun to see her try to bring that goofy side of Zack Ryder back from the grave. Cardona, however, following his trauma as Zack Ryder, could completely reject that side of him. Green could constantly be trying to get him to break while Matt is constantly refusing to be joyous. He wants to win, he wants to make up for his time as Zack Ryder, while all Chelsea wants is to see the fun return to her husband's eyes. Over time, Matt's dorky side could either spring out and his charm can seep through as he becomes an even more dynamic character through his serious exterior, or he could stand stoic, allowing that fun side of himself to cocoon away with his on-screen relationship with Green falling apart as he focuses on finally reaching his goals. He's worked 2 decades for this chance after all, and to him, it's all this goofy stuff like the internet title that cost him that success during the first run. Green, choosing hot mess fun and ego, could separate with Cardona, maybe even falling into the arms of Ethan Page, who, if you ask me, she has an unbelievable amount of chemistry with. Like, seriously, it should be a crime how great they are together. And while Green slowly moves away from Matt, Cardona can maybe actually achieve success on his own, potentially winning a major title only to realize that it's lonely and hollow at the top when you're not completely true to yourself. Or maybe Cardona's hatred of his past could manifest in a different way, with my final pitch revolving around him wanting to kill off the name Zack Ryder for good. Now that he's back, Cardona tries to convince the world that he's changed and that Zack Ryder is officially dead. But what if other members of the roster refuse to see him as anything else? After all, despite making all these indie changes, he still lost to LA Knight during the Last Time Is Now tournament, so to many on the roster, Cardona's no better than Zack Ryder. That name can kinda haunt him, not necessarily to the degree of May 19th with Kane, but enough to trigger him into outlashing against other people, making rash decisions, and even as a way for managers to distract him on the outside by simply yelling out Zack Ryder. I know so much of this video already has involved him as a heel, but having the crowd chant Zack Ryder at him is just such an obvious move here. Eventually, following so much disrespect and misnaming, Cardona could have to look in the mirror and actually find a way to make everyone in WWE see him as more than just loser boy Zack Ryder. Perhaps he sort of replicates his indie run by becoming a fun hardcore guy playing off of his deathmatch stuff. Or perhaps getting some big major wins against the likes of LA Knight as people slowly respectfully call him Matt Cardona. Eventually, after earning so much respect, I can see this chapter of his story ending with him winning back the United States Championship. Sure, Zack Ryder has been United States Champion before, but this moment of Matt Cardona earning the championship and earning everyone's respect, I think that could be a fun way to bring him back and establish himself as this new character. Either way, now that Zack Ryder is officially gone, I'd love to hear from you not only what you think of these pitches, but what other ideas you all have about what Matt Cardona can do now that he is back in WWE.